Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Cosmic Chats with Court. Welcome to the cozy corner of my space. It is a little dark. I'm realizing that now. Maybe I do actually need to get a ring light set up. So just 1 second. The magic of this will be right back. Okay. This is great. We've got this thing. We've got the ring light on. You can actually see me. Welcome to the cozy corner of my room where we are going to be having cosmic chats with Court back again. Yes. You guys are loving this little segment. So I am basically uploading one of these every single week on a Wednesday where you will be able to tune in to what it is that I'm talking about when it comes to the stars or anything astrological related. And me, you, your roommates, this Mike, Angel Bear over there, we are all interested in what the astrology has to say. And today, if you obviously saw and clicked on this post or this video, then you know exactly what we're talking about. We are going to talk about Libra season and also this the sun moving into Libra and also the Libra new moon, which is coming up, and what it means for your sign. So let's dive right in. Okay. But before we do, I'm just going to give a quick shout out. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Courtney. I'm an astrologer. Yes, I offer personal readings. All the links are always below. I'm also a content creator. I do a lot of different things, but I do have a business. My business is Bravely Beautiful Brand. And as I said, all the links are always below, but you can find me on Instagram at Bravely Beautiful Brand or my personal account, iamcourtburns, on Instagram and TikTok, where I talk about all of these things. Now, last but not least, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? No, but seriously, if you subscribe, it really helps me out. It makes me want to create more videos and it helps me know what you like. And if you like this, if you like the video, amazing. So hit that subscribe button. Thank you. And don't forget to turn on the notifications because it will tell you when I upload. So these come out on Wednesday and my vlogs come out on Sunday. So be prepared for more of those. Plus, I think I'm going to be adding the conspiracy chats because apparently that's what the people want. So we're going to do that. However, today we're talking about the Libra new moon and the sun moving into the sign of Libra. What does that mean? Courtney, what does that mean for my sign? How do I know what this season ahead has in store for me? Let me tell you. I'm going to sort this out for you. Okay, we're going to do this together. But first, before we even do that, we need to talk about what Libra season is and what it all means. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to show you some things that you can use. But before I do that, I think it is important for us to actually talk about what is Libra all about? Like, what does it mean to have Libra season? And, you know, as I'm currently recording this, we're in Virgo season. A lot of us are aware of the sun being in a certain sign when we're born, or, you know, experiencing that when someone's like, oh, it's Scorpio season, or oh, it's Cancer season, you know, that's when the sun is in a specific sign. When the sun changes from one sign to the next, it's called an ingress. It is moving into a new place in the sky. So on the 22nd, the sun gets ready to move from Virgo into the sign of Libra at an ingress. So in a couple days here, we are going to experience a new energy, and you might already start to feel it. Libra season is about the scales. It's about balance. It's about harmony. It's about this feeling of equality and keeping things very like balanced. Can be a black or white approach, can be looking at both sides of something. It has to do with our one-on-one connections and partnerships, but also it has to do with our contracts, our soul contracts, and our business contracts, our business partnerships, the work partnerships that we have, all of these little things that come up over time for us to go over, or especially right now, reassess. I say reassess because we do have a retrograde in here. But overall, when the sun moves into the sign, it works like a big highlighter. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to amplify all of this energy. So for the collective, we're going to experience things such as relationships, contracts, marriages, new business partnerships, maybe some legal things coming up, right? Pieces of information that we have to keep going back and forth on to get right. Those are all the themes that come up during Libra season. Now, also, Libra is ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus rules things like beauty, art, receiving. It's this very feminine energy. And we are going to have Venus move into Libra during the season. But before we have that, what I want to say is that we will also have an amplification around the energy of very Libra Venus things. So maybe an emphasis of like wanting to really go out there and engage in your surroundings and really pick up on the things that are really beautiful to you, like going for a long walk in nature and really like, wow, like look how beautiful it is out here. Look at the leaves changing, like all of those things. Or maybe it's you're gonna go and treat yourself and get your eyebrows done and your hair done and your nails done, or go out for a date. Maybe there's a lot of dates happening during this season. It is cuffing season, okay? Just saying. Cuffing season has begun over here in this part of the world. So maybe more dates or going out for dinners and those type of really beautiful things can really show up here. Now, when we have Libra season, obviously those themes are highlighted. However, for each specific sign, this is going to show up in a different area of your chart. And that area is the house in which Libra rules. Okay. So you can already look and say, okay, what house does Libra rule in my chart? Myself, it rules my 7th house of partnerships. So, how would I, as an individual, want to use that in my life? Well, I would really think about it and be like, okay, well, if this is the area of my life that rules partnerships, maybe this is a great time to call in more business contracts, work with new clients, get out there, be in partnership more, do things with another person, collaborate even. Those type of experiences might really be the way that I best use the sun in that energy. Don't worry, I'm going to explain to you in your rising sign how that's going to show up. So we will go into that in a second. Now, the other piece of this puzzle that I actually want to talk about is the new moon. So we are going to have a new moon on September 25th. This will just be coming out right before it. And again, this is going to happen in that Libra area of your chart. Now, what do we know about new moons? We know there are new beginnings. Our energy depletes a little bit. There's something here that we are starting something new, right? There's a new beginning. Now, it's not always the best time to plant the seeds right away on the new moon. I mean, you can plant them. We're not taking action right away on the new moon because we need to let things kind of flourish. And because it's the darkest part of the sky, it's like, okay, we really need to allow that energy to sort of amplify so we can start to think about the things that this next cycle will bring for us while not necessarily taking action right away. So again, best way to use that energy to manifest is to look where in your chart this is showing up for you. New moons also bring with it, as I had said, new energy. But I also feel like it's important to remember that new moons are a time where we are setting sort of more of a 6-month cycle sort of overview. So we can look to the next 6 months and what we want to create with that energy in our charts. So we're going to talk about what all this means for you, your rising sign. You can, it's always based off your rising sign, but you can also look for your sun. The moon is more of like an inward kind of feeling. So obviously just keep that in mind as well. Okay. What do I want to show you? First and foremost, let's talk about what this new moon really has in store. I want to share with you the new moon chart. So let's take a peek at that just so that you're fully aware. Amazing. So this is the new moon chart for September 25th at 5:55 p.m. Oh, change. And you know what else? Obviously, this moon is on the equinox. I mean, obviously, Western astrology follows the Western kind of cyclical world of seasons. And so it's not ironic at all that the new moon in Libra falls on the fall equinox when it is equal day and equal night. And we are transitioning from summer into fall. So it's officially fall over here in this side of the world, which isn't a bad thing. Although my summer, I feel like I didn't get enough summer. I feel like I didn't. I just feel like I didn't. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. So the new moon is happening at 5:55 p.m. EDT. This is obviously depending where you are in the world. It might be a different time, so just check. But the new moon on the 25th, as you can see here, has some cool aspects going on. So let's talk about this huge conglomeration of planets over here. Technically, they are in different signs, even though they are close together. So not quite a stellium, but they are really connecting. So they are going to make quite prominent, take priority in the sky. The sun and moon obviously together at 2 degrees of Libra, which is interesting, that 2-2 connection of a Libra energy. I really get the sense that this new moon is bringing more people together, new connections, new opportunity within work or contract situations. To double, we're doing two things here. And I also say that because we've got Mars in Gemini, which is another energy of duality. And I really get the sense that there's two of everything. Two, two, two. This is like some Noah's Ark vibes. I'm going to tell you that for free right here. Now we also have Mercury in the sign of Libra Mercury is in the sign of Virgo at this time of the new moon. It's back spinning. It's going backwards. It's retrograde. So it's actually going back into the previous sign in Virgo. Okay. And so it's at 27 degrees. It's going back over some old ideas, some old details, needing to really look at the fine print, going back to something that it had previously started and making sure it's crossed its T's and dotting its I's. This is a great example of this, a really great way of looking at this is like, oh yeah, let's say you started a contract or you started something and then you need to go back and revise and be like, okay, like what were all the things? Like, what do I need to have? Yada, yada, yada. There's some blips in the road. Mercury is retrograde, but in the sign of Virgo, it's helping us get clear and have clarity through our intuition on what it is that we still need to move forward with that specific thing or contract. Venus is also in the sign of Virgo and it is conjunct Mercury, meaning that when a Venus and Mercury come together like this, there's an opportunity to again relook at things that involve our finances, our money, our ideas of love, our ideas of money, our beliefs even around money, especially with this opposition over to Jupiter in Aries. But we're being asked to think bigger. We're being asked to have new ideas and insights. We're being asked to look at things from a different perspective. We're being asked to look at things so that in a different perspective so that we can find clarity or we can fix the details. Virgo energy is really, yes, it can be analytical, and there's parts of that Venus and Mercury that can be like overly critical or hold yourself back because you want to have the plan, you want to have everything figured out. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that necessarily. I just think that it's right now during this new moon, starting something new, thinking about who is it that you need to have conversation with. What is the talking that you want to do? What is the knowledge you want to gain? And how can you invest in yourself, that Venus energy in Virgo, to support yourself in moving forward in that direction? So, yeah, that's a lot going on there, right? We've got this air quality of the sun and the moon. So, really feeling into this like communicative, but also free flowing energy that is air. Well, also, we have Mercury, our planet of communication and thoughts and thinking, connecting with Venus, money, love, and value. And so, really rethinking about what it is that we value and how this new moon is going to move us towards connecting with the people that matter, connecting with the jobs that we are more aligned with, et cetera, et cetera. Now, during this time, there is a Mercury retrograde in the sign of Virgo is actually squaring Mars and Gemini. So remember that squares cause a lot of tension. It can feel really yikes, can feel uncomfortable. It can feel like we're trying to figure out how to do something, but it's like a lot of resistance. And remembering that both Gemini and Virgo are mutable energies. So they do require us to change, but they see things from a different perspective. So Virgo, as I said, can be very analytical to a point of over analyzing, whereas Mars and Gemini is like, let's just go and create the change and learn as we go. One is more playful, one is more detail oriented, and together they're trying to find common ground to be able to make change from. Now, with squares, it makes us create the change that we have been seeking. It makes us uncomfortable so that we create that change. So Mars and Gemini is asking you, like, what am I really curious about? And how can I go in that direction? Mercury retrograde in Virgo is like, okay, we need to just like, we missed a couple pieces. We missed some of the insight. So let's go back there and like revisit it so we can actually, get curious and learn more. It's a lot of trial and error type of energy, which is totally okay, but that's the change that's going to happen. The other square at this time is one we're familiar with Saturn in Aquarius squaring Uranus. Now, Uranus and Taurus. We have been having this energy with us for literally since 2020, prominently in 2021. And it is a push and pull between the old and the new, within the government structures, but also within our own lives. Where is it in your life that you've been being asked to go into something new, to pivot, to have a breakthrough in an area of your life, to get unstuck, but something feels like it is literally taking you up a mountain or a climb to get to? That's the energy of Saturn square Uranus. It is creating change, but it's asking for slow, sustainable change, which Uranus doesn't like. Uranus wants to switch it up and go quickly, but because it's also connected to the nervous system and Saturn rules things like time, it's like, hey, I really want you to do this in a way that actually lasts. I want this to be lasting change. And so, because it's going to be lasting change, we need it to be slow, sustainable change. Wherever Saturn is moving or transiting in your chart, aka the Aquarius part of your chart, you're going to experience resistance there because that's where you're currently building muscle. Okay. And with the square to Uranus, it's like part of you really wants to change and rebel and switch things up. And maybe that's what you're being called to do. But also, there's these things called authority or the old structures that are still very present that haven't officially kind of been burned, for lack of a better term, within the collective, but also within your own life. And so it's really, really important to get curious on what that looks like for you and how you can choose the new path forward. Choose the path that you haven't chosen before that will really satisfy Uranus. Okay. And by doing that, you're actually going to expand your nervous system. Uranus also rules things kind of like astrology, for example. So, I mean, the square to Saturn in Aquarius is hilarious because Saturn in Aquarius rules Uranus. So there's really this like Aquarian energy at play, which is asking you to innovate and change the path that you've been going down and do it in a completely new and different way and create a new path. While also knowing that this is something that is fixed, it's fixed energy. So it doesn't always move in a way that is as fast as we as humans would like it to, because we are literally holding on to it for dear life. So that can also bring a sense of wanting freedom within your collective or community, people around you, having like a different idea around your thoughts and dreams. But yeah, nothing new to us. We've been experiencing this for quite some time. Now, the next piece of this puzzle is that we have a square from Mars and Gemini all the way up to Neptune and Pisces. Now, Neptune and Pisces is really diluting things. It creates this feeling of sort of like, yes, very tired and delusional, can be delusional. But it also really allows us to step into more of a place of being able to visualize what it is that we want. The square that's happening over to Mars and Gemini is like, Mars and Gemini is like, okay, let's try this, and this. Literally, Neptune and Pisces is like, okay, let's just like try a bunch of things. Like, if I'm curious about it, let's go here, there. It doesn't necessarily have any boundaries or walls or anything that's like holding it up. It's so fluid in those energies. And so the change that's being asked to be made is really connected to taking action through what it is that you're curious about. It doesn't matter if you have all of the answers figured out, because Neptune and Pisces is like, trust that there is a bigger vision, trust yourself with the bigger vision, and really kind of tune into that feeling, the feeling behind what it is that you're wanting to envision for your life. All of this energy that Neptune in Pisces retrograde is opposing Mercury in the sign of Virgo. So Mercury in Virgo wants the answers. Neptune in Pisces is like, there isn't any, too bad. You're going to have to trust your intuition on this one. It's really heightening our ability to connect to our intuition as well. Some of the things I like with this is we have a grand Earth trine, which means that we are going to experience a change on a physical and practical level, which is good because we've been doing a lot of that heavy lifting for a while now around changing things internally. And now it's really about seeing things change on an external level. So I do really, really like that. There's also a trine from Mars over to Saturn and Aquarius. So, really like favorable aspects in terms of a new system or a new structure could come into our life. We might be feeling like connecting more with others in turn, then we are getting opportunities come to us because of the networking we've been doing, something like that. Ultimately, I think with this new moon, it's like there's a little bit of mystery and like not really knowing the whole picture, but also there is things that are coming up that we are being backed up. We have the ability to change them and change them for the better, but we have to go backwards and kind of like look over the things before it's fully time to move ahead, which also makes sense because we're in between worlds. It's the equinox, right? There's an in between kind of going on here. So that's what I have to say about the new moon energy. But now let's go in and we're going to talk about the overall season. Okay. So let's talk about that. Okay, let's talk about what this could mean for each person's sign. So I want you to remember that during this month, yes, we have the Libra new moon. We also have Libra season. So that basically means the sun and moon are going to be both in this area of your chart that rules Libra. Okay, so again, that house that rules Libra, you can definitely look and see there's going to be a lot of planets move into there. You're going to have Venus move into there throughout the season. You're going to have the moon there. You're going to also have the sun there. And so you're really being asked to use that area of your chart, also the opposite. But in this case, let's go through and this is based on the rising signs and what this could look like for you in the months ahead, in the month ahead, I should say. So, Libra, this is happening in your first house or on your rising sign. If you are a Libra rising, this is the energy of you having a more appreciation for your body. You're taking time for yourself. Setting boundaries is very important at this time. Really taking the opportunity to bask in what it is that you've created for yourself. Allow yourself to receive, you know, get out there. Like, I would say really take care of your body, like maybe switch it up, go do something on a physical level, like maybe you're switching up your routine in terms of what it is that you're wanting to do for workouts. But also, I think this is a great time to really pamper yourself and give yourself what it is that you really desire. If you want to go get a massage, go get it. Like, really making sure that you are really supporting yourself with what it is that you need. This is a time that's about you. So allow yourself to have it. Okay. Scorpios, this is in your second house. So, Scorpio rising, this is a great time for money, finances, income. Libra season is a good time for you to actually sit down and think to yourself, okay, what do I need in terms of my resources? What value do I bring? How can I bring in more resources? Is there something I want to create to do that? Are you starting a new job? Thus, really being able to create more money in your life. Like this is a great time to do it, balancing the checkbook, balancing things out, but also, with balance, spend money on yourself, put money away. Making sure it's equal. This season is all about balancing things. So taking care of yourself while also taking care of something else. Like there's equal. It needs to be here and there, not one more than the other, okay? Really great time for you guys, though, in terms of finances and income, especially I think it's around the 5th where Venus moves into the sign of Libra. So this is really going to be amplifying this area of your chart. Sagittarius risings, this is really a time for you guys this is happening in your 3rd house. So this might expand your connection with your siblings, your community, really opportune time to get out in your community. Put yourself out there. Literally go out in your local community. Libra is really about justice as well. And like I had said, really connected to the equality in life. So if there's something you're passionate about, and you want to go and make noise about it or get out there and, kind of make a difference, this is the time for you to do it. So I really, 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 really love that. Okay. Capricorn risings, this is happening in your 4th house. So this is really a time of bringing some more beauty to your, let's say, your home. Maybe you're beautifying your home at this time, thinking about what's going on around your home, balancing things in around your home. What is your connection to work life balance at this time? Maybe you're focusing more this month on really the home front, things happening at home for you. I also want to say, like, this is a great time to bring in new artwork or, like think of like changing things up, like moving things around your home. If you're a Capricorn rising, this could be really great for you. Aquarius risings, this is happening in your 5th house. So this is a very, very amazing time for you to be creative. Get out there and create. Get out there and do something that is going to bring you joy. Allow yourself to play. You guys can be so serious sometimes, but this is an opportune time to actually go and experience what joy feels like, right? Maybe you're creating a new project, birthing something new, totally possible. Or this could actually be like going on some dates. Like go out there and have fun, like express yourself. Maybe change up the way that you are expressing yourself. But also I want to say, like, how much are you giving to yourself and others? How much are you spending time alone? How much are you going out and being with friends? What's your balance looking like when it comes to fun and joy? And I really think you need to amplify that side while also having the time for the things that you want to create. But this could also be great for romance, just saying. Okay. Also with that, like obviously in these areas, this is where the new moon is. So this is also where this area is great for you to kind of set the stage for something new that you want to bloom in this area over the next 6 months. So Aquarius risings, if you do want to call in a partner, this could be it. Pisces risings, this is happening in your 6th house. So this is all about your health, your wellness. How are you taking care of yourself? What work opportunities are coming to you? Is there new connections that you're making at this time around work? Is there an opportunity here for you to switch up your routine, your workout routine? I feel like this is a new beginning around the way that you're even focusing on your appearance and the things that you're doing for yourself. Go buy yourself a new outfit. Okay. do it. With that work opportunity that comes in, go buy yourself a new outfit. All right. Or a massage. That's even better. Treat yourself to a massage. I'm manifesting that for myself. Aries risings, this is happening in your 7th house. So this is all a part of your one-on-one connections. This is great for meeting new people, a new partner, one-on-one connections, and collaborations. I also want you to think during this time, are you balanced between others and yourself? There is a equal there is an equal give and take between others and yourself, okay? So really being able to have both. What is the balance? You're needing to balance this. Okay, then Taurus risings, this is happening in your 8th house. There might be some big emotions that come up over this month around shadow work that comes up, or the connection that you have with others kind of perhaps triggering some shadow things that need to come up. That's okay. That's part of how we grow, obviously. But I would also say that this is a great time for you to even consider financial things. Again, balancing the checkbook, balancing things around your money, maybe paying off some debt because this is a new cycle, a new moon, and it's happening in your 8th house. Thinking about different ways that you can invest your money, even in a really smart, logical way. If you have money sitting in a bank, this would be an opportune time for you to actually consider what investments would be really great for you. If you're somebody who doesn't have that, this is still a great time for you to kind of consider maybe some other financial opportunities that could help your money grow over a longer period of time. I even want to go to say like maybe some property stuff coming up potentially there. But yeah, this I am getting a sense that this is shared resources is really coming up for Taurus risings. So yeah. Gemini risings, this is happening in your 9th house. So this could be a great time for traveling and meeting new people for you. This could also be a great time for learning, investing in yourself, investing in a new opportunity to learn something new. What are you curious about? What are you interested in? Is there something that you want to do or a place that you want to go and explore? Because this is where you're being called to over the next couple of weeks. Again, there's a 6-month cycle happening with this new moon in the sign of Libra. And so like Libra energy, again, as we know, contracts. I think maybe this is like for some people, visa stuff. Like if you've been wanting to apply for like permanent residency or legal things, like maybe this could come up with that too, but also like go on a trip. If you want to travel, if you want to plan to take a trip, do it now. Like start to look like what would you do? Who would you want to go with? What are you interested in exploring? This is really the time for you to do that. Cancer rising, this is happening in your 10th house, which is all about your career. And so maybe you are calling in new people at this time, but also maybe you're being seen more. Maybe you're being recognized for the work that you've been doing by your coworkers, by people in your life who really care about you. And this could even look like a promotion. So I really think that this could be a great time for you to be open and have, you know, if there's evaluations going on in your career or if there's a career change, like I say, take it. Like this, especially with the Mercury retrograde so close here, it really feels like there could be something that's really special about this time of life for you, Cancer risings. I really think that there is something coming back, maybe from the past, like an old conversation that you had that's maybe time to revisit around your career, or an old opportunity that you kind of thought about, pushed on the background, and maybe now it's coming back around. So just keep your eye out for that and really balance what are the pros and cons, right? About what's being presented to you. Leo risings, this is happening in your 11th house. So this is a great time for you to connect with others around your dreams, your ideas. But I would also say this is a great time to be around friends. You never know who you're going to meet when you say yes to go out and be with your friends. I think that for Leo risings, you are going to meet some really valuable people who come into your life at this time, um, and maybe take you by storm a little bit. I think that there is a chance over the next 4 weeks that you're really going to meet somebody who plays a big role or an influential role in your life, especially, longer than the next couple weeks, but for sure within this time period. Go out, say yes to adventure, say yes to hanging out with your friends. You never know who you're going to meet. Virgo risings, I want to say that this is in your 12th house. So for you guys, this is about an ending. It is a time of renewal for you. It's also a time of just letting something go and getting ready to kind of close that chapter and move on. But also, I want to say, really pay attention to what's coming up in your subconscious or your dream state. Okay. Your dreams are a catalyst for a lot of things. And essentially, if you have the opportunity to create space for yourself or be around people who feel really healing, this could be really helpful because you never know the conversation. Even be open to conversation. I think having conversation with others, like in an intimate space, could be very healing for you at this time. Yeah, maybe even perhaps switching up your scenery, perhaps even like I say that because of that air quality, switching up your scenery, and really expose yourself to conversation. Have conversations with people. I feel like conversation with others right now can be very healing for you. So that's what I'm going to say around Libra season and the Libra Libra new moon. During this month, we also have Venus move into Libra. So that's really going to amplify the things that I had said at the beginning of this video, really connected to our money, our values, receiving aspects. Jupiter at this time is also going to go back into Pisces. And so we're going to be getting some blessings that have kind of been waiting for us since it stopped there. It's going to go back, pick something up, and then go forward. But we can talk about that in another video. So I hope you guys have a great month, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
I hope one day, somehow, I always will meet again, 'cause I've been